Hi friends, welcome back to Wildflower and Twine. If you're new here, my name's Christie and this is my little subtropical garden in Queensland, Australia. Mostly everything I grow in the garden is edible, including this gorgeous amaranth. You can eat the leaves of this plant right through all of the stages of its life, from sprouts to microgreens, baby lettuce leaves, or big spinach leaves. And then as the flower matures and it sets seed, it can be used as a grain. It's about the size of a poppy seed, and you could grind it into flour, or just use it like you would any other seed in baking, or even as a salad sprinkle. Once you plant this in the garden, you probably won't ever have to plant it again. As the flowers mature and their seeds start to develop, they drop really easily, and then they just shoot up when the time is right again. All of these plants that you're seeing in this bed here just shot up all on their own from seeds that fell last year. And now I'll just let those plants that are up against the wall drop their seed for next year. My elder tree is really showing off at the moment. It's got so many big, beautiful blooms on it, but I have a really hard time trying to get the berries to set. I don't know if it's a pollination issue, but there are so many bees and insects all over these flowers all the time, so I just don't know why the fruit doesn't set. So rather than missing out entirely on this plant's amazing medicinal benefits, I decided to harvest the flowers. And who knows, maybe the tree just knows that we'll benefit from the flowers more than the berries. I'm going to infuse some of these flowers fresh into honey, and then with the rest I'm going to dry. I'll use some for tea, and I'll use some to infuse in some oil for some skincare. Okay, this sprouting broccoli is really starting to drive me crazy. I think I sowed the seeds back in either February or March and then planted it in the ground probably around April. I have in total snapped 6 little stems off. There are 5 plants in here. Look how much space it's taking up. I can see evidence of shoots trying to come out, but I just don't know if it's worth it. If anybody has any advice for growing sprouting broccoli in a subtropical environment, I would really love to hear your experiences. So I'm trying something new this year, and I'm going to try and grow my zucchinis vertically. So I thought I'd put them on either side of this trellis. I'm also going to put 2 plants in each hole. I don't know if that's going to be a good or bad idea, but I do like overplanting, so we have to experiment. Because it's actually not the best time to be growing tomatoes here in Queensland right now, I'm not going to bother sowing any of my own saved seeds. Instead, I just picked up this punnet of Roma tomatoes because I've heard that they're a better variety for this time of year here, and I'll just have to try my best to cover all the fruit before the fruit fly gets it. This bed is looking really good. The corn is looking super healthy. The perennial onions have started to sprout, and little carrot tops have started to shoot through too. So now it's time to plant this squash in the centre of all that corn. I'm hoping it does create that sort of ground cover, keeping the soil a bit more moist and cool over summer. And I'm thinking I might put another row of carrots just along that last bare edge of the bed. You might have noticed that I grow a lot of medicinal herbs and flowers in my garden, just like this catmint here, or catnip. No, I don't grow it for cats. We don't actually own any cats, but they are always welcome in my garden. But this little herb here is just so lovely. I have it every night in my tea alongside some lemon balm, tulsi and chamomile, and it's just so gentle and really calms your mind. and it's that time of year where the nasturtiums are running wild. So I decided to pick a bowl full of the seeds and make some nasturtium capers. I've never made these before, so I'll let you know how they go. Thanks for spending time with me in my garden, guys. I really appreciate you being here. I hope you have a beautiful week, and I'll see you again in another few days. Bye.